Here's some settlements that the government. You're back. Tournament's already over. Brought your what?
Where's that?
It's at Leduc Comp. Oh no, theirs is somewhere else. Never mind. They're at Emile Lizard. Okay. So as you can see, the government has offered money in the past, and to some extent continues. Many governments, they throw this out that, hey, we'll give money to these situations and, try to make some change. Many of those governments say that because they know they can get votes, but let me quickly see. Actually. Okay, so some healing programs were given. There were some instances of survivors getting, a lump sum of money. The challenge with that is like twofold. So one is that sure, you can financially compensate people, but the other issue might be that if someone is not in good health to take care of themselves, is giving them a lot of money, really gonna help? What's that? It's very likely, right? Like if someone is incapable of taking care of themselves or suffers from addiction, blah, 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 whatever, and you just give them a paycheck, it's not likely that they're gonna go, yes, finally, therapy money.
Sure.
Right? If we're just being honest about how humans behave. It's like if I gave you, well, I'm gonna give you 3 days next week to write an essay. Some of you might decide to play games for 1 day. And some of you might get a low mark because of such decisions. Like my grade 12s in previous years. Oh, we got 3, 4, maybe 5 days to write an essay. Sick. I'm going to play games for 3 days, and I'm going to beg Mr. Kawaja on the last day for an extension. What do you think Mr. Kawaja is going to say? No, one of your brothers actually wrote his essay. The other one kind of screwed around. Yeah. Okay. So, being mindful of people's situations. Please get out of the doorway, whoever that is. Being mindful of people's situations. So imagine the government instead says, hey, we have this much money in a trust fund for you. So if you want to go to therapy, if you want to go to an addictions program, if you want to get counseling, that money is available for you. That could have been better. The challenge with that is that who is the government to make that decision for those people, right? Like this, it's very nuanced, it's very complicated when you get into the weeds of it, right? Because just throwing money at people doesn't necessarily solve a problem, but not doing anything doesn't solve the problem either. Making a judgment for someone saying, well, you have this much money and you can use it in these ways, some people might have an issue with. The challenge becomes, you're not going to make everyone happy, but at the same time, you shouldn't just do whatever is easiest. Like, oh, we'll just throw money at them and we'll say the problem's solved. We already did it. Okay. So this is, anyone recognize who this is? His name is slipping my mind. He's a former Prime Minister of Canada as a Conservative. Harper. What's his last name? Or first name? Stephen Harper? Stephen or Stephen? Stephen. Okay. Harper. So that point I made earlier, refers to governments on both sides. The Trudeau Liberals, same thing. They made all these promises. Hey, we'll give all this money. We'll get you clean drinking water. We'll shouldn't make that comment. We'll do all sorts of things for you. Vote for us, please. We're the good guys. Vote for us. And then as soon as they get into government, then it's like, well, we don't have enough money. or you know, we can't do that. In fact, if I understand correctly, if I recall correctly, there was a suicide crisis going on some reservations around Canada, youth suicide crisis, and researching and looking into it, I discovered that the Canadian government was in court with some of these reservations, basically fighting them for how the money should be spent, but they were spending hundreds of thousands of dollars in lawyer fees, legal fees, fighting the indigenous tribes rather than just saying, oh, you want $300,000 for a suicide program? Cool, instead of fighting you in court for 6 months or a year, it's gonna cost us $500,000. Oh, just take this money. You have like a plan to utilize this money well, right? So the government will say and do what it needs to get elected. It would be wise to also see what they actually do. Okay, we'll stop with this slide here. Keep your stuff out. But there's like 6 slides.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, there's a bunch of conversation slides.
We really have to have a conversation.
Why are we putting our stuff away? Okay. No way this guy wakes up when the lesson's over. Welcome back to the land of the living. So, what's up? I'm gonna finish the slide in like 2 minutes. Okay. So again, people are going to vary on solutions. Some people will say, boys at the back, that all this stuff, it's in the past. We need to look to the future. To hell with what happened. We don't owe them anything. Some people might say, oh my God, it's so terrible. Like, Canada's so bad. I should like whip myself over the back and punish myself, you know.
Yeah, no.
You know what? Self-flagulating, right? Flagulating, not self-regulating. It could be pronounced differently. Some people would say, well, we should give them more and more money until their problems are solved. Some people might counter that by saying that if you just keep trying to solve their problems for them, you know, you're not going to help them, right? They need to, pick themselves up and take care of themselves and learn how to do that as well. They need to adapt now. Right? There's no clear right answer, and you're never going to make people happy. Okay? But challenges with, you know, just throwing money at different nations and different tribal groups is that, you know, where does that money come from? And how often do we have to keep doing that as a country? You know, at what point can you say that enough is enough? Can you say enough is enough? Okay. Thank you very much.